And cool and dry this evening across West Alabama. No rain on the radar, no clouds out there. Your local forecast here in just a few minutes.
And Tuscaloosa City Schools and the Tuscaloosa Police Department have partnered. Now they're trying to improve safety measures for the school system. And the city of Oakman is getting funding to improve their water system. WVUA 23 News starts right now.
This is WVUA 23 News.
And we're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Jabari Pruitt. Right off the top tonight is breaking news out of Jefferson County. Birmingham police have arrested 22-year-old Damian LaRon McDaniel for a mass shooting in 5 Points Entertainment District that left 4 people dead and 2 other shootings that left 2 people dead. A total of 6 people killed over a 4-day period. McDaniel has been charged with murder, capital murder, and 17 counts of attempted murder. Well, turning our attention now to the weather, a very cold start to our Wednesday, but how low would these temperatures go? Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is here with the answer. Richard, good evening.
Hey, Jabari, good evening to you. Right now, currently 63 in Tuscaloosa, already some 50s though, and Hadyville and Coleman 58, 59 there, and across the region. Skies are clear tonight, and with that very dry air mass in place, there's low dew points up here, trough overhead too. Temperatures will drop quickly. 53 at 7, 47 at 10 o'clock, 41 just after midnight at 1 a.m. Frost advisory for areas just north of Tuscaloosa includes Lamar, Fayette, Walker, Jefferson counties and points north where frost is more likely. I think there could be some patchy frost across the entire area for tonight. Tomorrow still a cool day, lots of sun. More on that local forecast here in just a few minutes. Jabari.
Richard, thank you. Tuscaloosa City Schools and the Tuscaloosa Police Department met today to discuss additional safety measures for the school system. WVUA 23 Jocelyn Malave joins us live. And Josie, what are the next steps?
Jabari, the police department is working on a program that would allow school resource officers to be more involved with students during the school day. This program, called Teams, will be administered by Tuscaloosa SROs to deal with the issues of drugs, specifically vaping, human trafficking, and bullying. TPD Deputy Chief Sebo Sanders said the working alliance between the department and Tuscaloosa City Schools is like no other.
Our main goal is to make sure that our school is safe, that our teachers are safe, and that we want to get the best out of our kids. I think when you get a good quality education, you're going to have a good quality of life. So that's just the whole thing about Teams, and working with the school board there is great, and you just can't have a great duo like the Tuscaloosa Police Department and City of Tuscaloosa School Board.
The Teams program will be a lot like the old DARE program, which stood for Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and worked to prevent the use of controlled drugs, limit gang involvement, and reduce violence. TCS Assistant Superintendent of Operations says this new Teams program will allow for more effective and open communication between faculty members and students, creating a more trusting environment on school grounds.
We talk with students, we have counselors, we have social workers, with our administrators, our teachers. We speak to students about the dangers of vaping, things like that, and then we try to enlighten the parents as well. So it's learning, and we know these things happen, but we want to deter as much as possible.
The SROs would help teach in classrooms, administer threat assessments, and proactively provide safety to the students within the Tuscaloosa City school system. SROs will begin training in January before fully implementing the Teams program into the school system. Sanders said TCS and TPD plan to fully introduce and execute the program in the fall of 2025. Jabari.
Josie, thank you. The Tuscaloosa County Commission approved the construction of 8 new pickleball courts. Commissioner Stan Acker says Paris Buddy Powell Pavilion will be the site for the courts. 3 pickleball courts will be at the Bobby Miller Center. Now, this is a joint project with the City of Tuscaloosa and the Tuscaloosa County Commission. Now, each project will cost up to $200,000.
It's a para park, and para is the joint entity, that represents parks and recreations for both the city and the county. So this is an opportunity for us to partner with the city of Tuscaloosa on something that will benefit residents all over. The people can come from wherever in the city or the county to use these.
Now, Acker says he expects the bidding on the project to begin in the next couple of months. Well, the University of Alabama has announced their grand marshal for this year's homecoming parade, and he's a former All-American for the Crimson Tide. Sean Alexander played from 1996 to 99 and continues to hold the single-game rushing record set in 1996 versus LSU of 291 yards. Now, Alexander will serve as the grand marshal on October 26 when the Crimson Tide hosts the Missouri Tigers. Well, the University Medical Center is the largest multi-specialty medical practice in West Alabama. In today's Health Matters, we learn UMC's mission and what they have to offer.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richard Friend, Dean of the University of Alabama College of Community Health Sciences. Our college operates University Medical Center, which is the largest multi-specialty medical practice in West Alabama. Our mission at UMC is simple: to improve the health of communities. One way we do this is by providing relevant and timely health information to the public through Health Matters. So thank you for joining us. Yeah, I think our clinics are now strategically located throughout West Alabama, and we know each community has different needs. Our Carrollton Clinic and our Livingston Clinic have family physicians there that are well trained in a variety of different age groups and specialties in medicine, so they can take care of just about everything. If you do need a referral, we may be able to set you up via telemedicine with one of our psychiatrists or geriatricians, for example, or we may need to schedule an appointment in Tuscaloosa, or if you're seen in Livingston and you're having an obstetrical problem, we may want to see you in our Demopolis clinic. So I think we've made every effort to be as accessible to West Alabama as we can be, and try to understand the needs of individual communities and West Alabama globally. You can hear the entire interview by visiting our website at umc.ua.edu. And for all your primary health care needs, visit University Medical Center with locations in Tuscaloosa, Northport, Demopolis, Fayette, Carrollton, and Livingston. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Health Matters.
And Governor Kay Ivey announced a $500,000 grant to ensure that Oatman Water Works in Walker County provides a reliable source of water to customers. Back in January, more than half of the Oatman water system customers went 2 weeks without water, while others experienced insufficient water flow in homes, businesses, and schools. The upgrades will enhance the water supply and reduce the risk of outages or disruptions. The grant will also allow Oatman Water Works to increase the size of its main water line while ensuring the system has adequate capacity to meet the demands. Well, coming up, Carly Russell, the woman who faked her own disappearance, was back in court today. We'll tell you why. And the city of Jasper has lost a well-known radio personality. We have details when we come back. And fuel in some areas of Florida are in short supply of IV fluid to ship to hospitals are in limited quantities. Now, these are some of the supply issues stemming from Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Amy Kiley has more.
After not one, but two recent hurricanes, the U.S. faces some shortages. The Biden administration is invoking the Defense Production Act because the nation's IV fluid supply is critically low. Its biggest producer is in hurricane-ravaged North Carolina. In Florida, officials say they're working with ports to restore the fuel supply.
We have now dispensed, just from the state, over 2.5 million gallons of gas free to the people of Florida.
Meanwhile, the Small Business Administration's disaster loan program is out of money. Officials say that's after about 49,000 recent applications. People can still apply, and Congress can approve more funds after its recess. FEMA says it has enough money for now, but
the ongoing spread of misinformation about operations is not okay. It has got to stop.
The agency says false rumors are making it harder to get relief funds to hurricane survivors.
We don't know how many people are not going to apply for FEMA because they have heard misinformation about FEMA taking their property or other wild accusations that are out there.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And the Biden administration has invoked the Defense Production Act to help with the nation's shortage of IV fluids. Baxter International's North Cove production site in North Carolina is the largest manufacturer of IV fluids in the U.S. Invoking the Defense Production Act will give Baxter priority access to material it needs to clean, rebuild, and prepare for the restart of production. The company hopes to have a phased restart of production by the end of the year, but there is no time frame on when production levels will be fully restored. Well, the Jefferson County woman who faked her disappearance was back in court today. Carly Russell called Hoover Police back in July of 2023 about a toddler walking along Interstate 459. When officers arrived, Russell was nowhere to be found. She returned safely 2 days later. Russell pleaded guilty to filing a false report and was ordered to pay $18,000 in restitution. Now, during a hearing today, she has been ordered to pay $50 per month towards that restitution. Another hearing review is set for March. Well, 3 people, including 2 children, were injured in a Tuesday night shooting in Birmingham. Our news partner, ABC 3340, confirmed 2 adults and 3 children were leaving a football practice when someone in another car opened fire, shooting at least 20 rounds. An adult male and a 7- and 9-year-old boy were injured. One of the children is being treated for life-threatening injuries. The woman and the 3rd child were not injured. No arrests have been made. Well, a Jasper radio station, WJLX, and the Elmore family are mourning the loss of station manager Jonathan Brett Elmore. The 41-year-old has owned WJLX since 2008. He did a daily show and called high school football games over the air. Elmore passed away Monday at the Walker Baptist Medical Center. His funeral service will be Saturday, October 19th at the Collinsburg Funeral Home. The service will begin at 11 a.m.
Hear my forecast every day on Rock 106.3 FM. And it is a pretty afternoon along Alabama's Gulf Coast. This is a live view from Gulf Shores. And, the days are getting shorter very quickly now. We're not far from sunset time as we are looking off towards the west. And the sun angle is lower, beginning to see that sunset over the Gulf of Mexico rather than inland over the beach. We got conditions that are quite breezy down there today and a little cooler, even though they got the sunshine out in full force. Temperatures down there are a bit cooler. Let's go to our Fayette camera, our Pfeiffer facility camera, looking northwest direction there. And we got plenty of sunshine over in Fayette this afternoon. Temperature currently at 61, but the wind out of the north and northeast between 10 and 15 miles per hour. The wind make it feel a bit cooler today. And from Bryant-Denny Stadium here in Tuscaloosa, what a beautiful afternoon. Looks like a fall day, and it feels like a fall day. The temperature right now is 63 in Tuscaloosa, but that wind still biting out of the north between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Look at Doppler radar with that cobalt blue sky. There is no chance for rain for tonight. We got 61 right now, Jasper, 61 Birmingham, Linden to 64. And again, everybody is cooling off now. We got 59 in Coleman and 58 over in Hayesville. Look at the numbers tonight. 47 as early as 10 o'clock, 41 just after midnight with a clear sky. Frost likely for our northern counties, Lamar, Fayette, Walker, Jefferson points north, but for Tuscaloosa, Pickens, and South, there is still the potential for some patchy frost, but it should be a little more isolated there, maybe on some rooftops or cars. We got 38 for tonight for Tuscaloosa and Demopolis, 35 in Jasper, and 34 in Hayesville. Some spots maybe close to 32 over in parts of Fayette, Walker, Winston, and Marion counties. Here's a look at the frost potential for tonight. And again, it's going to be patchy out there, but the risk is out there for central Alabama. Then tomorrow, though, we got the sunshine back, 62 at lunchtime, 68 by mid-afternoon. So here's a look at the drought monitor. We need some rain, and there's no rain coming up anytime soon. Next 7 days going to be dry across central Alabama, west Alabama. No sign of rain at all. The latest numbers, 0, nothing at all for the next 7 days across central Alabama. You see where the trough is? The cool air is across the eastern half of the country now. We'll stay quite cool at night for the next several nights, but daytime highs beginning to come up back at the 70s over the weekend. So high school football for Friday night got upper 50s and low 50s by the fourth quarter, turning a bit cooler there for those local games. And for college football here, we got Bama taking on Tennessee over in Knoxville. That is a 2:30 kickoff, and we've got upper 60s with a sunny sky. Really some fantastic football weather. Auburn taking on Missouri and Columbia on Saturday. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff, 61 and 71 by the end of the game. And Mississippi State taking on Texas A&M over in Starkville, 70s for that game. So quickly, the 7-day dry weather coming up for a while, Jabari. It does get warmer by next week, low 80s returning, but the humidity is going to be really low, and those overnight temperatures also a bit cooler.
Well, with all that heat that we had over the summer, this just the rest of the week a little cool. I think we can deal with that.
Nice little break from the heat for a while. And it warms up during the daytime sun, but still those cool overnight lows, really nice.
All right, Richard, thank you. Gary Harris is standing by with a look at what's coming up in sports. Gary, good evening.
Hey, guys. Coming up, we're going to talk some basketball. Nate Oates on turning the page from the Final Four season to what's ahead. That was great and all, but you got to move on. And Alabama football continued preparations this morning for the third Saturday in October matchup against Tennessee. Sports is next. And good evening, everybody. I'm Gary Harris. Alabama football continued preparations today for the third Saturday in October matchup against Tennessee in Knoxville. Let's go to video from practice today at the Thomas Drew Fields. They were in shells today. That's helmets, shoulder pads, and shorts. You saw Xavier Brown, and there's Bray Hubbard, a couple of young defensive backs. And Tyler Booker, All-American candidate at guard. And Gino Vandermark has been splitting time with Jaden Roberts at right guard. Vandermark playing a lot as they are, subbing in some of those offensive linemen. There's Justice Haynes and Jam Miller coming up, two of the great Alabama running backs. And finally, you're going to get a look at the outside linebackers getting after it in drill work. And we're going to hear from wide receivers coach Jamarcus Shepard, who says, weeks like this are what college football is all about. And he and the players are excited about it because you can't take it for granted.
All right, it's been a great week, okay, because college football is around. We have the opportunity to go out here and play at our best once again. So when you have that opportunity, you got to take full advantage of it. At times, there are those who don't have that opportunity. So, again, it can be taken away at any moment. So that, to us, is the most exciting part about this week, is why it's been a great week.
And now Alabama in the NFL update. Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel said on Monday that he expects Tua Tagovailoa to play again this season after Tua suffered a concussion in week 2. It was at least the third concussion that Tua has had in the past 3 years, and his injury history had many speculating that he could choose to retire rather than return to the playing field. The news of his expected return is welcome for the Dolphins and their fans. Miami's off to a 2-3 start, and their vaunted offense with Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane, and Jalen Waddle has sputtered with Skylar Thompson and Tyler Huntley at quarterback. They want Tua back. Well, Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates, along with returning starters Mark Sears and Latrell Wrightsville Jr., represented the Crimson Tide on Tuesday at the 2024 Southeastern Conference Tip-Off, the league's annual preseason media day. This year's event was held once again at the Grand Bohemian Hotel in Mountain Brook. Coach Oates took questions from the media, and he was asked about the need to turn the page from the Final Four to the new season. Coach said he's used the Final Four to his advantage, but that this is a brand new team.
We obviously used it in the recruiting to get some of them here, but I don't really want to talk about that much with the team. I kind of told them we had the celebration Friday where we raised the banner and gave out the rings. And the issue is 8 out of our 13 scholarship guys weren't here last year. And that was last year. It's kind of old news. It's great for the program, for the fans, for the university to be able to celebrate it, but has nothing to do with what we've got going on this year. So we're trying to flip the page, move on, not really address it. It was nice. It was great. It's good for our league. It's good for our school, good for our program. But we got to focus on what we got to do this year, and that's where we're trying to get our guys' minds at. And Jabari, today the Bohemian Hotel welcomed the SEC women, including Alabama. We'll have more on them coming up tonight at 10.
All right, Garrett, thank you. Stick around. We're coming right back. Well, coming up on the news at 10, the proposed Sports Illustrated resort continues to cause rumblings throughout the city. We have reaction from Tuscaloosa city leaders. And with the colder temperatures, Alabama Power has some ways to save money while keeping warm. We have those stories and much more tonight at 10 o'clock. A military dog finds his forever home and reunites with his old partner. Patrick Cornell shares that story in today's Take a Look at This.
Check out this heartwarming homecoming hug years in the making. Retired military dog Dasty joyfully reunited with former handler, U.S. Army Sergeant Mike Fletcher. The pair partnered up while in service from 2018 until 2022, including a deployment to Afghanistan where they were tasked with explosives detection and patrol. Dasty not only did his job, he also became an unofficial mascot on base. When Mike left the Army in 2022 and moved to Wisconsin, he was separated from Dasty until this year when the 10-year-old Dutch Shepherd retired due to old age. That's when American Humane stepped in, helping reconnect the old pals, bringing them back together. Mike and his family have now adopted Dasty and plan to give him a comfortable retirement. Mike says having his best friend by his side will help his ongoing transition to civilian life. From a dog happy to be home to a clearly agitated, endangered big cat captured near Chicago.
The moment I saw it, I thought to myself, I have no idea what that is. It's not normal.
This caracal had been roaming a neighborhood for days when a homeowner spotted the animal and called authorities. When police arrived, a 2-hour chase ensued before the feline fled under a deck. Officers pried a board loose and tranquilized the cat so they could get it into a cage. Don't worry, the animal was not harmed and is now at an animal sanctuary. According to the San Diego Zoo, these cats are native to Africa and the Middle East, so how the heck did it end up here?
It's a very young cat. I would say probably 8 months to a year old is all. So it has to be someone's pet that they had and let go. They're not pets.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
And got a frost advisory for Lamar, Fayette, Walker, Jefferson counties, points north for tonight. Some patchy frost, a good possibility. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s tonight, warming back in the upper 60s on Thursday. Lots of sun for the weekend. Some good looking weather for college football all over the area this weekend. Also, those local games going to be kind of cool Friday night.
All right, I like it. Thank you. Well, that's it for us. Have a great evening.
See you.